We need healing really bad. A lot of our men and women have so much trauma, and they feel like because they don't discuss it and they put it in the back of their minds, and you're going to work every day, that you're okay. That doesn't mean you're okay. No. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make you okay because you go to work every day and you take care of your kids. You know what I'm saying? Because somewhere out of, you might see a family or something, and then you're sad and you don't know why you're sad. Do you get what I'm saying? And you feel like I'm good, but it's like you're not. You're a single mother taking care of 3 kids. Your baby daddy's not helping you, and that triggers you. But you don't want to discuss that because you don't want another person to know that you haven't healed from your trauma. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You don't want people to know that.
That's real.
Even for, like I said, a single dad. You know what I'm saying? Or anything like that. Or someone losing their mother or something like that. It's like Mother's Day comes on, you're sad. You have your kids and you're white. You don't have your mother though. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's a trauma. It's a trauma.
Because I lost my mother, and I always say, my mother died, I lost myself.
Right.
My mother was my safety net. So the things I used to do, I don't do.
And then people might feel like this. Let's say it happened 10 years ago. They feel like, oh, you should be over it by now. You can't tell me how long it takes me to heal.
That part.
You get what I'm saying? That's my mom. You
Yeah.
can't tell me because it happened 10 years ago that I need to heal from it today. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. And it's like, there's a way that you can cope with it, but it doesn't mean that I necessarily healed from that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, we having therapy up in here, man. Yo, I'm telling you. I'm loving this though. Appreciate it.
Somebody you
or brother
my
death.
been dead like 15 years.
Yeah.
I constantly think of her, of her, you know what I'm saying? And then I replay in my head the shit I took her through.
Right, scenarios, that's my point.
Like,
and then that causes more trauma because you're thinking of all the things that you wish you would have did.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And then that goes back to that, and you're like, God, I wish I would have did this, or I wish I would have did that. And it's like, you never healed from it though. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, what I would say to you is still be gentle and kind to yourself. You know what I mean? You still have to be gentle and kind to yourself. Even though those are experiences that, you know, that hurt
Damn,
you.
so dude, like you know what I'm saying? Like I was just tuned in, like
dangerous, bro.
Deal with it. I go to my mother's grave.
Dangerous.
I promise you, you
boy. Can't hear me, but when I go
can't.
there, I feel like I reboot. Like, okay, I'm about to get in the field.
Right.
You know what I'm about to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I do my healing.
But there's a way to connect her, like you said, in other ways. You know what I'm saying? There might be certain things that she liked to do or places she liked to go. And it's like, that's still an open connection too. And that's another form of healing too, because even though it might make you sad, it also brings you peace.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. And that's what I mean by being gentle and kind to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Instead of kind of beating yourself up like, well, I wish I wouldn't have ran away. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you can't change that you ran away. You know what I'm saying? You already did it. Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like, you already did it. And it's not, there's no reason to be hard on yourself for it. Because believe it or not, your mom already forgave you for that. You just haven't forgiven yourself. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what I'm saying, mean by be gentle and kind to yourself.
Before my mother died, she was like, yo, I want to see you get a job. I'm like, Mom, now you know how to fucking work. She's like, man, I'm tired of going to prison with you. But it didn't dawn on me what she said. I said, you didn't do the time. I did the 18 years.
Oh, she did.
Yeah,
she did. I know it didn't dawn on me.
She did mentally. Yeah, she did mentally.
So I was like going on, and then my day, I was like, man, she fucking like, let me go get a fucking job. Right. So I went and got it. I didn't need a job.
Right.
I went and got a job. I let the boss know I'm here because of my mother. Don't try to do no fishy shit. I pulled out all. I'm Kate. Don't try it.
Not paid in full.
That's all you wrong right there.
Hey, man.
Right.
I said, I'm trying to make my mother happy. But make a long story, 6 months after my mother died, and I quit.
Yeah, but you know how
to see me work.
I was gonna say,
I was happy.
Do you know the satisfaction that she felt through that though? That's what I'm saying by being gentle and kind to yourself. Like, even though you can't change the years before when you were doing things that she didn't like, you have to find the appreciation and the gratitude in the things that she did see, because your mom is so loving and forgiving. You're holding on to that, but she didn't. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's what I mean by being gentle and kind to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's
she's a healing spirit, man. This is your.
She just gave you some therapy. Gave all of us some therapy.
Y'all hear that out there? Y'all heard that, right? Yo, she's doing her thing. Yeah, man.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
This, listen.
Oh yeah. We gonna yeah.
I be telling you dangerous.
Yeah. And
But that's what I mean by part of that.
I was just reading your
You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean by part of the healing. It's just like that. It's like, take it a step at a time. And people always say, obviously, don't get upset about things you can't change. And that's a true statement completely, because then it's holding on to your trauma and it's harder to heal, because then you're always living in regret of what you wish you could have did this and you wish you could have did that. But most of the situations, they've already forgiven whatever it is.
Right. I ask you a question. Now I'm going to step out and take your thing.
Okay.
Do you believe that you have new demons and then you got ancient demons that came to the earth was saved? Do you believe that? Do you believe that there's all types of demons? There are also good demons, and then there's terrible, like there's a mixture of demons walking this earth? Do you believe in that?
I believe that there are entities.
Okay.
There you go.
And I believe that there is different things unseen. I wouldn't say demons per se, because on a reality, there's a person that's alive that you might say they're a demon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Literally, you get what I mean? Like, they're a demon.
When you say that, not to cut you, when you say that person a demon, I believe that a demon got into that person to possess him to be a demon, because he never knew how to be a demon.
Well, it's an energy that transferred.
That's what I'm
There
saying.
you go.
Yeah.
Transfer.
Yeah, it's the energy that transferred. Yeah. Yes, I do believe that 100%. But do I also believe that you can heal yourself from that? I 100% do.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for
Yes.
sure.
You from God. God is love.
Yeah.
God is inside of you.
Yeah, God is inside
Yes.
of you. You know what I'm saying? So you got all
Yeah.
those
But most people don't know that.
They gotta read, and they gotta
Yeah,
believe.
most people don't know that. They always feel like God is those pictures.
Right.
Nah, it ain't not.
I
That's
don't
what
want
I'm
to go there
saying.
too much, but
Yeah.
okay, I was gonna say I don't want people to get too mad at me.
Nah, you good.
Keep her off.
Yeah.
But people believe God is this image. And once you, I feel like, have a real awakening, you will realize that God is inside of you. Healing is inside of you,
Right.
and within yourself. And it takes a community to heal, but at the end of the day, you are the God inside of you, and you can heal yourself. You
That
know what I'm
part.
saying?
That
Other
part.
people can help you, but
Yeah.
it's inside of you.
There you
know what I
go.
mean? And that's it. You know?
Hey, yeah, we can talk about this all day. You know what I'm saying?
She took me out the universe.
That's because I be on that same shit. You know what I'm saying?
You dangerous.
Look, Ron be like, I be posting stuff.
People need to know.
I be posting angel numbers. Ron be like, you good? You over there posting that? I be like, yeah, it's fine.
But it's alignment, though. You know what I'm saying? And if that's what, like I said, helps bring you peace, or feel like your sense of energy is transferred in a positive way, if it's angel numbers, some people really go hard on astrology, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. Or
Definitely.
it's things like that, then it's like, that's totally fine, because another person might need that. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah.
You just don't know. You know what I'm saying? They might have tried everything else that didn't work.
Yep.
And that one thing that you offer them, it gave them a peace of mind, and it works. You know what I mean? So it's
That's
it works out.
Hell yeah.
I got a question. We back on yet?
Yeah, we been back on.
Oh, I know you ain't get a commercial come back.
Nah, we did. Nah, we good. We need a commercial come back. Y'all, yeah, what's good, y'all? We been back, you know what I'm saying? Welcome back. You know who it is. We plugged in with. We just on our spiritual journey, man, doing our thing, man. You know what? Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Got you on the spiritual journey too.
Yes,
Nelly.
crystals.
Yeah, her
What did you
crystals,
bring? Can you
yeah.
tell us what you brought.
Yeah, these are crystals of, I'm big on love. You know what I mean? Because love is, on a spiritual note, like you said, you were in Bible study. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is forgiving. Love is unlimited. There's no limit when you really authentically love a person, and you'll never stop loving them if it's sincere. People always get into it and they're like, oh, I hate them. It's like, okay, well, then you never really loved them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like it's just important to me, because this symbolizes love and unity. And I 100% feel like that. You know what I'm saying? At all times. You
You
know,
hold them up for the camera and show what you.
That's what's up. I got one like that, but it's actually bigger.
I want to ask you.
I got a big one in the
that's why my
house.
smaller ones. I got big
Oh,
ones.
what? Okay.
What translated you? Take me from what translated you from where you was at and where you at now. What sparked your mind to say enough is enough? This is a journey I need to take. Could you walk me through that?
I can, 100%. So honestly, I grew up Christian and Muslim. And so, you know, and then like you said, I did a 360. I did OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? I'm twerking on the internet, doing all this crazy stuff. And then I had like a stress moment. I got overwhelmed. I had tumors on the back of my brain. And at the time I didn't know. I just thought I was having migraines. So for a year, I'm taking Excedrins, Tylenols, all types of stuff. And I go to the doctor, think I'm getting a checkup. And he was like, I'm like, I feel like, you know, like there's pressure on my head. Like I have bad migraines. So he's like, we're gonna, you know, give you a scan. So I get a scan, I go in and he calls me, you need to come back. We need to have surgery. You're having a mass on the back of your head. You're going 3, you know, tumors. They're the size of a dime size right now. And if one of them busts, you will bleed internally.
Wow.
And it was like a bad dream. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, I just got my breast implants too. You know what I'm saying? Like, fluffy titties. I was like, oh my God, you know what I mean? Like straight up, I'm like, you know, I was thinking of all these
get to that.
Right. I was thinking of all these things I was missing out on. And it was like the peak of my career type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I was about to get management. People were starting to make merchandise of me. So I was thinking of those things. And so I'm scared and I'm telling people I have to have surgery. Reality kicked in. People act like they could get this. You know what I'm saying? The tumors. You can't get it. It's not contagious. But people act like they could. They were very scared. So less calls came. Less communication came.
Wow.
And, you know, reality kicked in when I was in the hospital basically by myself. And a nurse came up to me and I was in there crying, of course. You know what I mean? And I'm just thinking, like, I have a phone full of numbers of all these people. Nobody's really called me. You know what I'm saying? But when I was popping on social media, everybody wants to hang out. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to.
That's how reality set in.
Reality set in for me. You know what I mean? And, you know, I talked. She was so kind. She was a really kind lady. And she talked to me and she prayed with me. You get what I'm saying? And she didn't know I was social media famous. You know what I'm saying? She prayed with me and I'm like, I'm alone. You know, I had told her that? Yeah. I said, I'm alone. And I said, I'm scared. Am I going to die? You know? And she's like, you don't be scared of death. You know what I'm saying? Find comfort even in darkness. And I never heard that. And I'm like, no, it's scary when it's dark. You know what I mean? Like, it's not actually. You can even find the light in darkness. And she didn't have to pray with me. And she prayed with me. And, you know, after I came out of my surgery, you know, obviously I was fine. I had my head wrapped up and, you know, people sent flowers and little stuff, but it wasn't as much. But it was like a switch went off on me. Like, you need to change. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to change. Like, if this doesn't open your eyes, you know, just like the girls that's going to get their body sculpted. You know what I'm saying? Some of them don't make it out to even tell you the story. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it was like that pivotal moment. You know what I mean? Like, you may not get another chance.
That part.
And we all have choices in life. So what choice are you going to make? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you want to spread a positive message to people and be light and help somebody like this lady helped you? Or do you want to keep twerking on the internet and be around people that don't care whether you live or die? You know what I'm saying? Like, which would you like?
So that was your turning point.
Oh yeah.
That you said the road is over.
Oh yeah. And I didn't. And you know, once I healed up, people were like, you know, they were shocked. Like, Liyah, are you sure? You know, we got this lined up for you. And it was like the same person that didn't call me. You know what I'm saying? Didn't come see me.
That's
you know
crazy.
what I mean? Like,
that's crazy.
But now you want in. You want to you want me to do a magazine, or you know what I'm saying, you want to do video production, or you ready to do photo shoots again, you know what I'm saying? But you never called to make sure I was live. You never even offered me a prayer. You know what I'm saying? And prayer is free. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't even want to.
That part.
You don't even want to give me that. But
love is free.
Now you feel like you could get something off of me, so now you want to be involved. You know what I mean? I'm just like, dude, you got to change. You know what I mean? Like, you got to change. And I picked myself. And
there's nothing wrong with that.
you know, people find something wrong with that, because most people's idea of love is loving other people more than themselves. 100%.
That's deep. Yeah.
Love yourself before you
Love somebody else.
Most people don't. That's why so many relationships it turns out into people where they have depression, or they end up killing each other, because their idea is, I loved you more than you loved me. You know what I'm saying? And they're upset about that because they're not receiving the same.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And it's like, that's really because you showed that person that you didn't love yourself, so they figure, I don't need to love you because you don't love yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which goes on a whole nother level. You know what I mean?
Wow,
it's
deep.
like,
Yeah.
That's deep.
And that's what I tell people, like, I used to love people more than I love myself.
yeah, everybody does.
When I went to prison and I took care of these motherfuckers.
In reality,
family.
And then they don't
No,
call
that
you,
is-
and they don't write you, and they don't visit you.
You didn't have to write me. I'm straight. All you had to do is knock on my mother's door, say, do you need a loaf of bread? Do you need this? And when they didn't do that, that broke my heart.
Oh, yeah.
And then I started loving me. So when I got back out, I ain't got no love.
And people don't like when you
My
have
breaking point too.
healthy boundaries.
Yeah.
Right.
Once
Oh
you
yeah.
have healthy boundaries,
Yeah.
and you, because you know, at this point in time in my life, like you said, it's like, I'm not scared to tell a person, you're not reciprocating the energy I'm giving you. I don't want to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? People
Right.
aren't used to that. You know what I'm saying? They're like, whoa. Or I'll tell a person quick, you don't align with me. People are not used to that.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? 100%.
That
Like,
part.
you know, I'm not saying I'm the baddest, but you know, I can go to the store and it could be 2-3 guys, and I'm like, you don't align with what I have going on. Oh, people are offended by that. You know what I'm saying? Out the gate.
Yeah.
You don't align with me? What does that mean? Do you think you're better than me, or do you think this and that? Bless you and be well. But it's like,
Wow, appreciate that.
no, you know what I'm saying? It's not even about
Bless you
that,
and
but
be
it's
well.
like, I do have healthy boundaries. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay to tell you that I have healthy boundaries and say that we don't align, that we don't have the same things going on. You know what I'm
like that.
saying?
I like
And
that.
that doesn't mean that you're a bad person, but you're just not the person for me. You know
That
what I mean?
part, yeah.
Respectfully. People don't like that. No, when you pick you, it's always going to be a problem.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, never thought of me.
You're acting
What?
funny.
care.
Yeah.
They always do that, yeah. Oh, they don't fuck.
once you
Oh,
start-
Tay don't fuck with us.
Once you start healing and eating better, you're automatically acting funny. Know that.
Once you start loving yourself, you're gonna see. You want the same energy you give out.
Yo, yeah.
Once you start loving yourself, you get the spirit right. You identify who they are. Like right now, I identify people like this.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I'm a
Yeah.
observer. So
Yeah.
I'll be like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Be alone.
You know,
Right.
and then you
Get you in my box to mess up my little box.
and then you realize when you go to certain places that you used to be in, you don't feel the same how you.
yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying? Like it's like,
You
damn,
misfit.
I don't feel like I fit in no more.
That's
You know
what I
what I'm
mean. That's
saying?
because they have to re-meet you, and sometimes they don't want to get to know that new person.
Yeah.
They want you to still be that old person, because that old person, you had no boundaries.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that old person is cool to call you and say, hey, I need a ride from the club at 3:00 in the morning. You're gonna come get me. That new person is, I'm in the bed already. I got stuff to do in the morning. I might have to.
What? Then they gonna cut your ass
I can't
out.
do that. Okay, well, you acting funny.
What? Like, what the fuck you mean? You ain't did nothing.
I want to ask you a short question. I know I'm getting ready to leave, but
It's okay.
Yeah, it's part of the podcast.
question you can answer. You don't have to
Yeah.
answer it. Who was the most heartbreaking person in your life that was hard to receive your change? When you said, I'm not doing that no more, this is what I'm doing. Who was that person who like, oh my God, are you for real? What are you doing?
The
You
person.
don't have to answer if you don't want to.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I could say on a business level was the video guy I was cool with, because he came back around again probably like a year ago. So he knew me when I was doing the OnlyFans and stuff, which he mastered, and he was working with Rolling Loud, major companies, you know what I'm saying, loving hip hop. So he put me in a lot of good positions. And so when he circled back around, and he had his spiritual awakening too in a different way, but he wasn't as accepting because we were going to go into business together. And I wanted to start my own little podcast too, which I'm still going to do, but he had as far as the marketing and the experience with filming, he had that part of it, but he hasn't produced anybody major, but he wanted me to sign a contract. And I got the contract read by, because I have people that still love me. I have a friend that's a lawyer. You read the contract. Liyah, don't sign it. You know what I'm saying? It's very one-sided. I didn't see that from that point of view because the history that we had. So I felt like, why would he try to do that?
Right.
Well, he very much was.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And he was in a relationship with another woman, and he basically said to me he wanted to have all access to me. He needed to have control of my mind. That's literally what he said to me, which I still have the message in my phone, which is crazy, which I look at it sometimes as a reminder.
My bad. Will you ever expose him?
No, this ain't.
Yeah,
No.
Say,
Look, this.
I want this.
No.
Well, I think of how many people want to hear that.
Yeah, what I was gonna say.
Look, Diddy, you see what Diddy going
Yeah,
through? You know
you
what?
have exposed these
Yeah,
niggas.
what I was gonna say is like, I don't think it's necessary because if they see this, they know who they are. You know what I'm saying? But what I will say is he took what I told him and tried to use it against me because I had already expressed to him that I felt like people over sexualized me. You know what I'm saying? That people always see me as a sexual object. You know what I'm saying? And from his words, he was very educated. He told me, he overstood that. That's what we say, overstand or understand. So that means that you understand beyond belief, basically. And we had a conversation, and he was like, I just want to tell you, because I had explained my baby daddy situation, how much I loved him. Like you were saying, he kind of had control of my mind because we were married too, and we divorced. But he was like, I want to have control like that. And it kind of threw me off because you got to understand, we're discussing business. At this point, we've been talking for months. I'm getting ready I'm sending him my business ideas. You know what I'm saying? He's sending me things, and he said, I need to have full control over you. And that kind of threw me off. And he sent it in text message, and I ignored the message, and I hit him with the peace and light in the morning. And he asked me, and he asked me again, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he asked me again, and he was like, later, I want to conversate with you. I want to get on the phone. So I had to mentally prepare myself because I felt like already in my spirit, this is about to go where I don't want it to.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So when he called me, he was like, Aaliyah, he was like, did you understand what I said to you in the message? And even though I did, I said no. And I said no because I wanted him to explain to me what he meant. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't take it out of content. And he was like, I need to have full control. You need to be all the way in mentally and physically. And I stopped him right there. Oh yeah. And I said, so you want to have access to my body then?
Period. Glad you read that.
Shout out to that dude. We know you felt so lame when she talked about peace and blessing.
That shit crazy.
But I literally told, mind you, and I reiterated what I said to him. I said, because didn't you tell me that you're in a relationship with a woman that you love and you're never going to leave? And he told me yes. He said, but in order for this to work, I need you to be committed to me how you were to your relationship with your baby daddy. I reiterated again to him. So you basically are telling me in order to go into business with you, you want to have access to my body when you feel like it. But you're going to stay in a committed relationship with your person. You know what I'm saying? And he got quiet, and I'm like, I'm not understanding the quietness right now, the stillness right now. You know what I'm saying? I need a response. I got right. And he was like, well, I don't want to say that per se. I said, so what are you trying to say? Right. I said, because that's what it sounds like to me. And you want me to relocate to the city that you're moving to so that you can come over and we can work together. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely not. And that hurt me in a different kind of way because, like I said, I was very open and vulnerable with him. And I felt like you used what I told you against me because I told you that people over-sexualize me and that happens to me. And you did exactly that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now you're trying to act like that's not what you're trying to do. And you're like, I didn't say that per se, but you were also telling me you don't want me to be in a relationship because you want me to be focused on what we have going on. So you want to have full control of me. You know what I'm saying? Like you saying you want to control my mind and everything else. Yeah. You want to have a physical interaction with me too when you feel like it and still have your person too, but you don't want me to do nothing else. That does not work.
And then you explained to him what you were going through.
Yeah.
He took advantage of it.
Yeah.
And then he thought he can come back and be them other people.
Right.
And replay.
Right. Because, like I said, we discussed business stuff and I had already told him, I wanted to write an ebook about healing because I feel like everything we go through, even your experience from prison and your experience and your experiences, you could save another person's life. You know what I'm saying? Literally. And we discussed that, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a domestic violence survivor as well. And I feel like, yes. And
same here.
And I feel like,
Nah, for real though. Like my mom went through that same shit. Like, growing up. I was 16 going through that shit.
And that's what I'm saying. So it's like, and I feel. And my point is like, you could save somebody's lives by your conversation or hearing your story. You know what I mean? And he knew that. And I felt like he took advantage of that situation. You know what I'm saying? To try to use that against me. Like, as if you really want me to help you, this is what I need from you. And if you can't give me this, because he literally said that to me. Like, if you can't give me this, I can't do this for you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh my God, that totally blew me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is weeks and months of talking on the phone every day. I'm talking to his other business partner who's super smart. And this dude is, he had a little podcast too, but it's more like on a spiritual alignment and more like the African spiritual, you know what I'm saying, per se. I more feel like universal spiritual, which is something different. That's another conversation. But he was more on the African spiritual side. And so we were all, about to combine our information together and it was like crash, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't have the other guy's number because I really wanted to express to him, like, do you know what's going on type of thing? Like, do you know what he said?
Type of creep here.
Right. Because, you're talking straight business and I just know him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know him longer than you, but you're literally talking business. You're not trying to be weird or anything. And we always talk on three-way. I never just get to talk to you personally, but I never thought about just talking to you personally because I thought this was going to be a team, right? And it's like, now he done got weird and now I'm not talking to him. So I wonder what he told you. You know what I'm saying? Like, did he tell you she just decided to change her mind? Or did he tell you, I told her I wanted to have access to her body and she told me no. And this is why we're not doing the deal anymore.
The weirdos, they always isolate people from the conversation.
Yeah.
That's why when I'm on a three-way conversation, let me get your number.
Yeah.
I don't need to wait.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They always, because they have a plot.
Yeah.
They come in.
And it was going so good. So like you said, that's what had me blown because I'm like, this dude is straight business. Whenever he's calling me, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about, it's nothing veered off to the side. And I'm just like, the one time that he does call me by himself, obviously the other dude's on the other line. And now you're like, I need this from you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
you was vulnerable of telling him some information.
Right.
And he took advantage of it. And you gotta understand these weirdos out here. Like I be telling my daughter, a man will be your friend for 20 years until you give that one weakness and that shit change.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
that's why you can't be. That's why sometimes you can't be friends with men out here, man.
My language. I'm just saying, you gave him information. You was just sharing some information, and he just played.
Yeah.
That's not your fault.
But like you said, it's also testing your boundaries.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's when it goes back to that. And it's like I said, the old me, I would have, I don't say I would have like gave in to, but I would have tried to figure out a way to make that work. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I wanted that business aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? And and I would think about all the time I invested. So the old me with doing all the stuff I was doing, I'd be like, damn, let me figure out I could still make this work. You know what I'm saying? Not giving him access to my body was something else beneficial, right? But it's like at this point, it's a no. You know what I'm saying? It's a no compromise. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to do business with you because I see you're not being authentic. You know what I'm saying? And I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get there another way. Yes, you were going to help me, but the way you're trying to do it, it's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? It's not worth it mentally and physically. Yeah, I can't go there with you. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, the old me, I would have tried to. You know what I'm saying? I would have thought about it 100%. Like, you got this connection and this connection. I need to figure something out. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, at this point, no. When you choose you, authentically, things work out so much better.
What else you going to choose in the race?
Yeah.
I'm betting on me.
Yeah.
Shit, point blank.
But that's the point. Like, he 100% was like, for this to work, you need to be betting on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to soak everything into me for this to work. I need to have all your attention and all your time for this to work, for me to really help you get to this point. And it was just like, I don't see it. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think? What do you think made him come to that point with you?
Honestly, because like I said, he was there when I was doing the content and some of the stuff, like not filming it, but he was there with the interactions. You know what I'm saying? When I was, I was so free, honestly, at the time. Like, let's say you guys came to my photo shoot. I'm getting undressed in front of you. I'm not thinking about you looking at me that kind of way. And if you did, it didn't bother me because I was so used to that. You know what I'm saying? So it was nothing. Like, if you googly eyed over me, that's cool. I might laugh. You know what I'm saying? I might even twerk in front of you. You know what I'm saying? And go back to what I was doing. That's just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? But it was like,
ooh, you like?
Yeah, I love that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I loved it. You know what I mean? So
I say that to say, cause I do hear this a lot. I know you do. I know you a little more. I know you do deal with weirdos. I know it's a lot of weirdos out here, but I don't know how can I get there. I had something else in my head, but you keep it so peace and positive and spiritual. I can't even be the bad guy here to give them something to laugh at, because it's like you really throwing me too. Like, you talking to them, but you talking to me too, and that means a lot. But I mean, you basically took accountability. Some people, and I learned this from sitting in prison, cannot control they lust, especially if they don't know how they looking. So if you looking back on that now, can you really blame that guy? Just asking.
I mean, I feel like this. You got to have self-control at some point. You have to. We all have choices, and you have to pick, because sometimes you not having self-control can put you in a situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially like you have a magazine. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I got big self-control.
And if you didn't,
it'll be over.
It would be over.
Like, can I bring up our first incident? Our first thing, and I can say this, I ain't on no weirdo. She'll tell you I got self-control. Other models will tell you that too. So we get there. I remember when I first met her. Can I speak about that too? Mm-hmm. I first met her. She was gorgeous, just like that. It be people I'd be like, okay, they're not gonna do it, but I still gotta shoot my shot. I said, hey, I'm such. Can you do the magazine? She was like, what made you talk to me? Like, do you even know who you talking to? But in a peaceful way. She was like, you just asked me. And she was like, I do this now. I was like, okay, cool. She considered it. Long story short, first photo shoot. When it was time to do it, I felt like you was testing me. I tell myself this, especially if they super bad, do not show no signs of thirst. And it's like she said, she didn't do all that, but she came there, got dressed for the model, and I remember telling myself, like, bro, I ain't about to look. I'm about to be, and I remember that what made us strong, because she like, yo, he ain't falling for no bait, he ain't just thirsty. No, I was here for business. But I'm just thinking, what if I would have been like, damn, sometimes you can't blame people for being them. Men are attracted to females.
There's nothing wrong with being attracted to a person, but it's the way that you approach, because like you said, I've had people
don't know how to approach.
Yeah, but like you said, I've had people that they've called me and I've never answered for them again. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it doesn't matter about the amount of money.
Sure, I'm the type of dude, they gotta approach me. That's how I know they fucking with me. You know what I'm saying?
I try on none control. That's how I try to be now with everybody, because I see this a lot, being cool with different girls. This dude, and I told you this before, this dude weird, he said this is an enemy. I'd be like, damn, let me go. I was about to say that to another girl. Let me not send it. But at the end of the day, now I'd be like, yo, somebody really got to throw signs because men, we lust. We see something, we lust.
We lust.
I shut down. If I really feel this, I'm shutting down. I'm like, bro, I ain't about to blow this because I wanna say and do the crazy stuff they want to do to you. So let me not mess it up. Men don't know how to control themselves. How do you go about doing it? Like,
lust, but we have to grow.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't been through the lust stages in your life, and you see it never worked for you.
But it do work sometimes. You can't say that.
What do you gain out of lust?
Well, hold up.
What do you gain out of lust?
Now listen, hold up. Lust has worked a lot of times, and I think that's what few people to keep doing it.
No, I understand it worked, but I'm saying as an individual, say if I lust all the time,
right.
I'm gonna say to myself, what do I get out of it? Because I'm constantly doing and not maturing.
Except a nut and some dopamine.
And I'm destroying relationships. So when I say, yeah, we lust, but you gotta mature to know how to maintain that lust.
And I think that's what's hard.
Lust is temporary. That's
Yeah.
what he's saying. It doesn't last. That's the point. What he's saying is it doesn't last. It doesn't.
I mean, I know this, but I'm just saying, I know it's people, if they would have never seen somebody else mess up, that's just like, if you ain't never been a side dude, you would never know how sneaky girls is. Okay. Until somebody know that they messed up, they gonna keep going because you got that stripper who don't care and they say, damn girl, I want to eat your ass from the back. And she like, boy, come on, let's go. And then they to them, oh, it's a go. And then they do that to a girl like you, and they're like, I fucked up, damn.
Not because you're dealing with immature women.
Mm-hmm.
That too, so you can't blame them though.
When man say she told woman I want to eat woo woo, and she react to that. Nigga, if I'm next to you, you need to go home.
Okay, hold up, stop.
She just David, so she's telling everybody else it's okay. Nigga, get your drink.
If a girl, hold up, now you know I'm gonna go even harder for the podcast, but let me ask you this too. So if a girl just hit you on your page, which they have hit me on my page before, said, damn nigga, I just wanna suck that, what you gonna do, wrong?
I'm like,
hold up, that might be the case, but would you look at her like she doing some shit she shouldn't be doing,
I'll be looking at her like she a damn fool.
Why?
Because you asking somebody to suck their joint. That's crazy to me.
Really? Like,
hold on.
I'm saying crazy. I'm saying I done been through that stage when I'm 15, 18, 17.
Okay.
So now it'd be crazy to me because you get nothing out of it.
you have no self-control.
You have no self-control.
That's what I'm telling you.
If you lust all the time, you know a bum could come to you. If you lust all the time, I know you getting it. I'm saying, yo, that nigga getting it. Yo, come get that nigga for me. Your fucking lust is gonna cost you your life.
Yeah.
Because I'm setting up on a mission to bring you to me.
Yeah.
So you gotta control that. Everything don't look good. And when I make a point that I had met a friend and she was beautiful. Like, I'm like, yo, I want her to be my sister. I'm not even gonna lust her.
Right,
I feel like I can get more out of being my sister than me doing a one night lust. Sometimes you gotta just control
you gotta
that,
pick
bro.
Listen, I play it very well. I'm just hold up. I play it very well. Don't say, but I don't look at them girls or dudes who do. You know, I look at like to them they strategizing. They see something they want so bad. The last dude went for it, or the last girl went for it. Let's just go. It's just something that I don't. When them girls see like that, I don't look at them like that.
That's not even strategy. If she's strategy like that, she fucked up. A lot of people around sucking joints. Bro.
Okay, for the record, I didn't look at her like that when somebody said it.
I'm just saying, somebody jump in your inbox, tell me, y'all, I've been you and just want to suck your joint out of nowhere. She don't know where your joint is.
Either that or she want.
Hold up.
It's either that. Look. She either trying to rob your ass or she's trying to trap your ass.
No. I promise you. I will show you. And some of my groupies, I asked them, what the fuck you seeing me?
I mean, but people, like you said, people do.
But there is some
things to me, and it's like, you don't even know me.
Yeah, but do you care? They infatuated.
They don't.
Yeah.
Hold on, I sat in prison over them girls in the magazine, didn't even know. Jack lust after them before they know that I'm talking to them. And I'm normal. I was talking to these girls, bro. I was the same weird. I'm like, girl, you know I got nothing come home. Where you want to eat? So I was the same. Real shit. Hold on, let me say that.
Bro, look at that.
Bro, you was in prison too. You done had the magazines. You know how shit can get.
Honest truth, I never mess with no magazine. That's on my mom.
Okay, but a lot of people do, right? A lot of people do.
18 years, I never looked at a magazine. You know why? My head was in the street. my head wasn't in prison. Every time I was walking, I'm thinking, yo, when I get back out, I'm getting me 3 bricks.
That's a fact.
Going off.
We're gonna turn up.
I never entertained the magazine because everybody. I seen dudes. I used to get crazy. I lived in New York, but I got popped in Boston. But I never burned bridges in the street. I'm constantly getting mail from chick perfume. I had weirdos. Yo, let me buy a letter. Yeah. To smell my letter so they can jerk off.
Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah, some weirdos in prison. All right, listen
and that shit blew my mind. Like,
listen, hear me out. I hate to say it. A lot of girls tell me, yo, this dude said some weirdo shit. But after I sat in there for so long around them weirdos, where you learn to kind of understand them, and then you kind of that part of me I hate because, like, for example, a girl might be like, yo, this motherfucker said he want to suck my toes. I want to suck your toes too, damn, my weirdo. But you got to understand them, dude. I've been around killers, rapists, drug dealers, and all, and I had to be around a special hoe. Hey, yo, dude, what made you want to rape somebody? What the fuck made you do? And you tell them, listen, what made you want to be a fucking weirdo? Where did you get? Them people have went through certain stuff, bro, and got them like that. But I just don't feel like we should blame everybody. I don't think I don't.
But at the end of the day, it goes back to self-control.
Yeah.
I mean, I got it. I made myself have it.
I don't bash niggas. I was locked up for 18.
Right.
I never bash the inside.
Yeah, I don't bash.
Only thing I say, you learn a lot from them, but you don't have to play a part. They do weird shit in the prison.
Yeah.
I told Tay, I was like downstairs, and one of the inmates came down there. He was a booty bandit.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, y'all got to get up out of here. Not that I was scared of him. It was just like, yo, shit, I got 3 years left. This nigga doing 40 years.
Right.
I'm getting the fuck out of here.
And you learn,
you know what I'm saying?
You learn from seeing him.
But that's what I mean. Like you said, it's at the end of the day, self-control, and back to we all have choices.
And they have to, they have to learn that. Do you know, let me tell you this, not to take it off of me because you the star of it. In prison, what niggas do is you don't go to the magazine, you jack to the female staff. Do you know, I thought that shit was cool? Everybody was doing it. Guess here I go doing it. Until a girl, guess what? That female was like, do you know, maybe I really liked you, and maybe I would stand there and let you do it if you was to ask permission. I never, ever, since I learned that, I was going with emotions, I stopped doing it. Now I went to the point where, hey, come here, goddamn, can I get this thing off? And but it's like, okay, damn, if that girl would have never told me, like, because I know you like seeing it. That's how my mom was like, yo, you like seeing it because I'm a dude. But I had to learn. That's all I was saying. Some people don't know that, dude, that's weird, and it's not going to get you there.
Go back to, you got choices.
Yeah.
And then you got to think, like when you locked up, you around the best of everything. They just got caught. They the best of everything. But inside prison can make you a predator.
Yeah.
If you doing weird, like I ain't gonna say weird to get by, so you don't have to do. But that weird stuff, when you get into the world, I'm being real.
I know.
You become weird. Because you don't train yourself to be a predator.
That is a fact.
Your mind is a predator state of mind. That's what I told you when I was in prison. My mind was never in prison. My mind was in, when I get out and get these bricks, I'm constantly calling my niggas, like, yo, what's going on in the street? Woo, woo, woo. Niggas, I know, nigga, you can't walk the yard to me crying about your bitch, about you ain't got no canteen. I don't want to hear none of that. Nigga, I'm trying to get the fuck home and get this fucking work. So what I'm saying, man, I mean, people got choices.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't, if you fall into the, you gotta do what you gotta do. Long you up here saying you were duking a nigga, you know what I'm saying? You good.
Nah, they know Hollywood was going in there.
Hollywood to play that shit.
No, sir. Nah. But I just because listen, it's funny that we say here, like she says, so I'm speaking on podcast. You got pretty feet. Okay, can we get on say that? Boom. So she was like, dude, want to kiss my feet. I swear. She said it too. I'm looking like, well, I could see why the fuck he would want to do that. And I can remember she was like, so, and it's like, and it helped me to be like, damn, thank God that I know enough to sit back and play my position. But really,
it's also the approach too. You gotta figure, like you said, it's like a person never says hey to you and they're like, I want to suck your toes. Like,
right.
You get what I'm saying? It's like, it's the approach. It's the approach. You don't know their name. You don't know anything. It's a follow of yours. And they're like,
and you know what's funny? There's a lot of niggas that like to suck. I'll be hearing niggas like, yo, I'll pay $100 to suck a toe. I'm like, $100 to suck.
$100 to suck a tongue?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Niggas an empty bank account to suck, and I didn't believe that shit was real.
Especially
niggas that believe that.
Listen. Especially you been deprived for so many years in prison. Like, hey.
Yeah, but there's some people that's not even about
This is top-notch baddie.
Yeah.
Y'all dudes, y'all hear it. Approach. Get your approach right. She said it here.
Because even
about you being in prison,
it's not about the prison. Yeah.
Niggas about you coming home, you fresh blood, and everybody want to do what they want. Every female want a piece of you. So you ain't got no reason to pay nobody suck a toe.
Oh, yeah. No, I
Period. Right or wrong.
Yeah.
Shit.
You're preserved.
There you go. There you go.
I might need to go get some chicks that want to get toe sucked so I can cap up on you. You might want to take that,
stupid. I'm already calculating.
Y'all crazy. That's how we do
I
here.
suck toes when I can't help, but I ain't paid to do it.
Y'all see, you see how we do this, man. Yeah.
All right, I just wanted y'all to hear the baddie point of view because it is a lot of weirdos out there. It's a lot of people that I'm cool with. That still in the prism out, and they do say a lot of weird shit, and I feel bad for them. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I feel bad, but I pride myself on not being that. I be liking when you hit me up like, this weird motherfucker. I'll be the one like, girl, he said that, what the fuck? I bet I say that shit.
What advice you would give a female that was in your position and what you experienced? If you had one of them in front of you, she said, give me some advice. What advice would you give?
Girl, I'm trying to be a model like you.
It's not, just based off your experience and looking her as a little sister. What advice would you give her?
I would honestly say be your authentic self. And if there's any point of view in your mind that feels like I shouldn't be doing this, I think you shouldn't.
That's good advice.
You know what I mean? I think you shouldn't. And some people look at social media and they look at, they're comparing themselves and their lives, and they're looking at this stage, not knowing all the stuff they experienced. Even Kim Kardashian, someone exploited her before she actually became famous.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Ray J shit.
And from that point, she chose to, her mom
Ride the wave.
chose to capitalize off of that. But anybody else would be scorned and broken from that. Do you get what I'm saying? And they may not capitalize off of it because their dad wasn't a famous lawyer. Do you get what I'm saying? And then they're ruined and then they feel suicidal. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's the part of it that I would say, like, you have to really dig within yourself and decide, like, 10 years later, am I going to feel ashamed?
Yeah.
Or even 5. You know what I'm saying? Would I feel ashamed if someone seeing this video of me or these pictures of me? Or, you know what I'm saying? How conscious would I feel? Or how would I feel about self if I did this? You know what I'm saying? Self-reflect. And I just feel like it's not always what people think. Like I said, just because you see a girl in a Gucci Man video or Wiz Khalifa, it doesn't mean that they made all the money that you think they made.
It takes steps to get to that. You never know what she had to do.
To get in that position. You never know who she had to talk to, places she didn't want to have to be just to be in that position. And it's over glorified, and it may not be as shiny as you think. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's how I feel about that.
Okay, another question. I'm not sure.
No, it's okay.
Before you, when you was into entertainment, at that time, I heard you say you got breasts. Did you do that for your entertainment?
I did.
Or you did that because you wanted to change your look? Or
no.
You felt insecure of your body?
I wasn't insecure with my body. I actually liked my body. But the team I was working with at the time, my management group, that was the way they said, you're going to be more marketable. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you put the breast, you know, like, we can get you in this, we could do, and so I'm like, I really went back and forth for a long time. But then let me tell you what happened. One of my fans, OnlyFans, paid for my breast.
What?
And
she really getting it.
And
that's crazy.
he said and I thought he was joking, honestly. You know what I'm saying? He said, pick a place. And
he invested in you. He was like, listen, I like what I see. I just want to invest some more in.
And a lot of girls, people don't realize that happens a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, someone will buy you a car or anything like that. And it's like, but you're also sacrificing yourself mentally because you're giving them so much of yourself that it becomes a job. You know what I'm saying? It's like what you didn't want to do. Because it's like, honestly, I was younger in my 20s. I didn't want to talk to an older man. You know what I'm saying? Like, my idea, I went to I went to college. My idea is, some people didn't do that. They may not finish high school, but my idea wasn't to be smart, go to college. And now I'm talking to this man that's 3 times my age, and I'm entertaining him because there's something that I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I really
you like to be genuine.
I respect your
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Man.
I don't know you, but I'm proud of you.
For sure. Yeah,
You could admit the mistakes you made.
Oh, yeah.
You could admit that's the place you was in.
Yeah.